Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Grand Finale Podcast, the greatest podcast on earth, broadcasting live from Calgary, Alberta. On this podcast, we push the limit of what can be said without the fear of getting cancelled. Today, folks, we have a burning question that's going to blow the socks off your feet. Yes, and the question is, why dating sucks in Calgary. Yes, me and my good friend are going to sit here, we're going to chop things up, we're going to piss people off, and hopefully break the internet. Oh, yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, welcome our guest. His name is Jared Parsons. Hello, Mr. Jared. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
It's great to have you on the show, sir.
Awesome. I'm glad to be here.
It's been a long time coming. I've been hunting you down like a bounty hunter. But I finally got you, man. Anyway, folks, Mr. Jared, we're going to jump into the icebreaker. Are you ready for the icebreaker?
I am.
Okay, here goes the icebreaker. If you had to sing karaoke right now, which song would you pick?
Oh, easy. Like It's My Birthday by Good Charlotte.
I would pick Baby Got Back. That's one song that drives the girls crazy, especially the white girls. So if any brothers out there want to get white girls and you want to throw a karaoke session, play Baby Got Back. Oh, yes. Mr. Jared, you're doing pretty well now. We're about to jump into the most controversial topic on this podcast. Ooh, we're going to ruffle some feathers, piss some people off. But hey, we don't care. That's what we do. This is what this podcast is all about. Okay. Are you ready for the first question, Mr. Jared?
For sure.
Yes. Do you find that Calgary women are pickier or have higher standards compared to other cities?
Honestly, I do agree that they have higher standards. Even on dating apps, it's more like, if you're not 6'2", you don't make $150K, you're not, a certain shoulder size. It doesn't matter. Certain shoe size, if you know what I mean. Things like that. But definitely the dating standards in Calgary, in my opinion, is definitely a lot higher than what I've noticed from other cities.
Yes, let me just double on that, what you just said. I believe social media is the culprit. It gives women the false impression that a 4 can get what a 10 gets. So because all these women, they see 10s being flown out to Miami, to California, to New York, to the islands, and they think they're entitled to that. You find a girl with a big gut, a girl with a gap tooth and an overbite wanting a 10. And that does not work. It just does not make sense to me why things are that way. But hey, you know what? A lot of things don't make sense to me in this world. But hey, I just have to learn to live with it, man. Oh, yes. Okay, second question, Mr. Jared. Are you ready for it?
I am.
You look very calm and collective, right? You look like you're ready to drop bombs. I like your energy, man. I like this guy's energy, folks. Oh, yeah. Is it true that in Calgary, you either find someone quickly or you're stuck in a cycle of dating disasters? Ooh.
Definitely. You find someone quickly with someone who's also finding someone quickly. You're never finding someone who, has, larger or higher standards as quick as what, most people do find people in Calgary. You are definitely stuck in a dating cycle for, 98% of people in Calgary. You are stuck in that dating cycle. And the reason you're stuck in that dating cycle is because it's literally a circle. Yeah, a man does something bad to a woman, and then that woman doesn't want to, express or be vulnerable again. So then, moving forward, if there is a good guy, she's already closed off, and then it's that cycle, right? A man does something to a woman, and then a woman does something to a man. That's why, men say, oh, I don't put effort in, or I'm not vulnerable. But then the women say the exact same thing because of things that they have experienced from, again, that cycle, right? Like it's that shape that just keeps going around. Unfortunately, men, have had things happen to them and they've also done things. Same thing with women. So that circle is just, it won't stop revolving or getting bigger.
It's a vicious circle. Oh, Lord, that was some great content right there. In my opinion, in Calgary, a lot of women in Calgary do community service. Community service. Hear me out. Community service is the women who just give out the box quickly. So if you find a girl and you end up smashing her quickly, she's probably done the same thing to all your friends, because a lot of women in this city give it up and they like to give it back to society. That means they tend to sleep with a lot of people. So you can't really claim exclusivity and say that, hey, you got game and you picked up a girl, because she's most likely have given the box to lots of dudes. And I would recommend, if you could find a girl quickly, get out the dating scene, because a lot of women who come with trauma, because I realize in Calgary, women like either one or two guys, either wife beaters or sugar daddies. If you're not one of those, forget it. You might as well just go on Leo List and buy a hooker for $300 an hour, man. It's the sad truth, but I can't lie to you, man. A lot of people are damaged. A lot of people are here just not damaged, but yeah, they're also looking for funds, looking for income, looking for financial help. So you got to be mindful of that, man. Oh, yes. Moving on to the third question, folks. Are you having a good time, Mr. Jared?
Of course I am.
Okay. So do you think that polyamory or casual friends with benefits arrangements are more common in Calgary than in other cities?
I think that friends with benefits is more common. And the reason being is because obviously, like you just said, right? Like there's a lot of more successful men, a little bit older in age, but, obviously more successful than in other cities. And statistically, Calgary does have more millionaires per capita than a lot of other cities. So that also is a factor as well. The friends with benefits is basically just them trying to find something better. So, friends with benefits, you like them, you enjoy spending time with them, you like them as a person, they make you better, but you're only friends because as soon as something better comes along, you're going to attach that status to someone else. And that's guys and girls. Both guys and girls are going to attach, friends with benefits to someone who, whether that's what you want or not, but we've been made to think that friends with benefits is what we have to label, any relationship, so that moving forward, if something better comes along, then we're like, oh shoot, now that's a friends with benefits.
Oh.
Right. And then all of a sudden that level up or that step up or that next person ends up being, they're making more money, they're bigger, they're more successful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what happens to them, right? Then they become that stepping stool to the next friends with benefits.
So when does it stop, though?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
In Calgary, it just doesn't. And like I said, it's that circle, right? Like, it's super, super hard to find, genuine connections, right? And it's even harder to find someone that is matching your level and doesn't just want to be friends with benefits until, something better comes along.
Yes, and let me put something down. Yes, I believe dating in Calgary is a mess. And why people opt for friends with benefits is because lots of women in Calgary are Decepticons. Folks, do you know what a Decepticon is? You got to pay attention to the specialized lingo so you can enjoy this show. Decepticon is a woman that gives you false hope. You go to the club, you meet her, you chop things up, she tells you her life story, you buy her drinks, you exchange numbers with her, you try to call her the next day, bam, you've been chopped and screwed, just like T-Pain says. So henceforth, that is why guys opt for friends with benefit. And I see women tend to go for multiple men in the sense that they can't find everything they want in one guy. So they tend to compartmentalize guys. So they go for a guy who's got money. They go for a guy who's got the bad boy factor. They go for the guy who is funny. They go for the guy who is the emotional support dog. That's how I see things working here. So if you ask me my honest opinion, polyamory is common in Calgary. And this is a city that everybody sleeps with everybody. So you think that fine chick you met at the bar, you got lucky and you somehow have game now? All your homies probably been with her, man. I'm sorry, dude. Just the reality of life. Anyway, man. Folks, please like, subscribe, and share this content so we can share it. We can send this podcast to the moon. This is the best podcast in the world. If you're watching this live from your house and someone is sleeping in the next room, please wake them up and tell them to come watch this show, because this is where it's at. We build people here, folks. Okay, let me back to the meat and bones, man. Let's just try stick to what we came here to do and not be distracted. So, since Calgary is a very interesting and a lovely place and somewhat romantic, what is your to-go-to spot in Calgary to meet people that isn't a high-pressure bar scene?
Honestly, most people meet people on apps. For me, it used to be the gym until everyone started getting I guess, annoyed and irritated that all I would do is ask them how many sets they had left because I had to go and use whatever they were using. Unfortunately, most people do meet on apps, and then, you're going to lie about how you met because you want it to be something cute or something fun.
Lie to who, though?
You're going to lie to people who ask, oh, how did you meet?
But
Right?
what's wrong with meeting on app? We live in a digital age, though.
We do live in a digital age, but every single person that meets you, oh, where did you guys meet? Well, initially you're going to say, oh, we met at this place, we met at that place, because you want what you remember growing up, right? Like, especially at our age.
Yes.
You want to say, oh, we met, at a diner, we met at a movie, we met at blah, 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 right? At the gym. That doesn't happen anymore. And everyone knows that you met online, but you're just trying to come up with the most, like, funniest, complex, unique story out there. And then obviously you tell the truth later on. You're like, oh yeah, we met on the app, right? So for me, I mean, I would have loved it to be, at the gym, but unfortunately, everyone just has their backup because everyone wants to be talked to or met outside of the bar, but no one actually will talk to you outside the bar. No one will give you that time of day. If you, again, right? So if it's that perception is that, in the gym, you're coming up, if I'm not 6'2", if I'm not, super, super jacked or whatever it is, I've seen guys at the gym go up and, try and start a conversation and, they're super nice or I say hi to them or whatever. They go up to a girl and it's like, they just get the bitchy stare, and all they're doing is asking like, how many sets do you have left?
The low blow.
Exactly. But initially they're like, it's almost like they are taking offense that somebody said, you know what, you look, like someone I'd want to talk to or start a conversation with. And then instantly the guy is, kind of hurt. He's at the gym, he's thinking, hey, you know what, they want to be talked to outside of the bar. And then they go do it, but they're getting harped on and chirped because they're doing it outside of a bar. Right. And unfortunately, there's really no go-to spot anymore on meeting people.
You see, folks, if a white guy's complaining about dating in Calgary, then something's not right. Because, as you know, white guys on the dating totem pole are on the top. And if they're struggling, then something ain't right. The algorithm is not working in their favor. So, hey, man, I feel your pain. But for me, I beg to differ, man. I believe if you know how to run your game, you can always get a girl, My 3 to-go spots are, first of all, the supermarket. Number one, if you find a woman in the grocery aisle, you can go pick up some set of groceries and go up to her and say, hey, miss, I'm not going to cook a casserole tonight. Can you give me your ideal recipe? Can you tell me what to do, how to make this meal come out right? Then she'll tell you, and then you use that as a way to segue into the conversation. So after she's done saying that, you say, oh, my name is so-and-so. My name is Kid Loki. How's your day coming along? You see? So you break off that weirdness, that wackiness, that tension of you trying to hit on her, but she doesn't know you're trying to hit on her, but you use the more slick way of doing things, right?
I got to go to the grocery store with you, see how you do it.
Y'all can come with me. I'll give you free tutorials, man. But I need a fish basket because I'm not cheap. Fish basket and tartar sauce because I love my food, folks. Second place is a train station. Train station, you can always just meet up a girl there. Come talk to her, strike up conversation, ask her, hey, where does this, I want to go downtown, I want to go to this spot, can you please tell me where this train gets off? So you tell her, oh, you want to get off at this spot, and then segue to the conversation once again. Another place, folks, the third place that I like the most is the mall. You can't go wrong with the mall, folks. If you just walk into one of those boutiques and pick up some lady stuff and say, look, I got 2 items here. I want to pick one for my sister, but I don't know which one to pick. Can you please give me your 2 cents, miss? And then she'll give you her 2 cents, and then again, segue to the conversation. That's how you break the awkwardness and the wackiness. It's not going to work every time, but it will work most of the time. Thank you, folks. You know what? I'm always looking out for you. I'm putting you on free game. Yep, that's how I would do it. But anyway, folks, we're doing great on time here, folks. We're having a wonderful podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share the content so we can send this to the moon. We need to break the internet because this is where the best content is coming from. Okay, Mr. Jared. Are you having a great time, Mr. Jared? I need some electricity from you, man. Okay. Okay. As a man, Do you feel an unfair pressure to plan expensive dates in a city that's already expensive to live in?
I don't think I necessarily feel the pressure to do it. I'd rather do something that, we both kind of have in common. So, if it's both the gym, something exercise like or an activity, I am not an expensive person. I don't like doing expensive things. I don't like.
Same here. I'm cheap. If I ever get married to a woman, I'm probably going to propose to her at the dollar store, Dollarama.
That's actually cute. Let me know. Let me know when you do it.
I'll just tell her, you know what, baby, you can have everything, anything you want in this store. Put it on my table.
Anything under $1 is all yours.
Yeah, okay, right? Just go on. Sorry for that.
No worries. So for me, I don't feel the pressure to because one, that's not my personality. I don't care about expensive things. I don't care about spending hundreds of dollars just to meet someone. That's not I'm not flashy. I don't like any of that. I feel like there is a pressure as a man to come up with unique things, but I don't believe that there's a pressure to make it expensive. Obviously, there are things to do, that are cheaper or on the lower end of, a budget based on your scenario. But I don't believe that I'm pressured specifically to do something expensive. I love to come up with fun activities, even though most of them, generally are very similar. But again,
such as
you go for coffee at one coffee shop, go for coffee at another coffee shop, right?
Okay.
It's still coffee. It's still going out, right? But it's just different shops. Going e-scootering or an electric, right?
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. Or like
especially at night, right?
Oh, of course.
At night,
right? You got to be the one deciding where you're going,
right?
Then
you race each other in downtown and you go to the park, right?
Exactly.
Then buy some ice cream.
You have it. You have it set. But yeah, no, I don't. I personally, I do not feel as a man to do expensive dates. And if someone is like that, then they're just not for me.
True that.
I want someone who doesn't really care about like the price tag. I want someone who cares about the person that they're with and enjoying what we're doing, right? So it's going to be tailored to each person, right? But again, everyone has a type, so.
Everybody has a type, and you're right. So in this city, these Decepticons, women in Calgary that like to give men false hope, that like to pull the rug under their feet after they've gotten what they want, they will generally ask you to spend a lot of money. Folks, gentlemen, if a woman wants you to spend a lot of money when you just met her, 20 out of 10 times, she is using you. She doesn't care about you, and she's not going to give you bucks. If you want to know that doesn't care about you, ask her for some bucks. Yes, because one thing I realize with women out in these streets, they want to proceed. They want to rush financially, but take it slow sexually. That doesn't make sense because in life, nothing's for free, right? And even your mama told you as a kid, don't take stuff from strangers. So if you're not supposed to take stuff from strangers, why are you asking me for stuff? I'm a stranger to you, right? I believe as a man, you should not roll out the red carpet on a woman too quickly. Take it slow. Like a woman who asks for nothing deserves everything. Say that again. I'm going to say that again. A woman who asks for nothing deserves everything. Simple dates. You could just go to the park and hang out. You could just chill in the car, blast music right around the city. You can do e-scooters. You can go for paintball. You can go for a comedy club. You can go to a fashion show. You can go to a dog show if she likes dog. That's even very good. That shows that you're a compassionate person. You don't have to roll out the red carpet like my fellow Nigerian folks do. I see these dudes at the bar, at the club, they be buying sections and all these girls go there and drink up their liquor, and when it's time to go home, the girls run away from them. That's why in the back of my mind, I'm always singing, you've officially been chopped and screwed. Screwed, chopped and screwed. You've officially been chopped and screwed. So don't rush it. Take it slow. Slow and steady wins the race. If a woman wants too much from you too quickly, if she's asking you to pay her rent, pay a bill that she fell back on, just know, my friend, you are being used. And this goes out for my fellow Nigerian homies. Don't get played by these birds, man. Only roll out the red carpet once a woman has proven herself. A woman who asks for nothing deserves everything. Oh, yeah. Are you enjoying yourself, Mr. Jared?
I am.
You're very composed right there. What do you think about what I just said?
I agree.
The woman, yeah, if you shouldn't roll out the red carpet too quickly, you should test, right? Just like most women, if they have their box, they have their coochie, it's also not advisable for them to give it out too quickly. They got to make sure they give it to the right person, right?
Yeah. No, I totally, yeah.
Just
totally
like
agree.
you have to make sure you spend your money on the right lady, right?
Yeah, totally.
Because the worst thing you can do in the dating scene is try to blow money on a hoe, man. Some guys who smashed her, they got a 2-piece of KFC and on that cheap-ass Pepsi from the Dollarama, you went and took it to the Calgary Steakhouse and you had to go jump all through hoops and loops just to smash. That makes you look dumb. This guy got it on clearance. You had to pay the full price. Oh, hell no. I can't be that dude. I'm sorry, man. I'm not built to be a simp, folks. It's just not in my DNA. I can't let it happen, man. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. But, folks, we're enjoying the show. It's a very mind-provoking, thought-provoking show. But anyway, we got to move on to the next question, folks. Okay, Mr. Jarrett, man. Since we've been talking about the good parts, we want to talk about the ugly parts of dating in Calgary. What's the worst ghosting experience you've had after going on a date? Ooh.
Geez, let me just pick the worst.
I picked the worst. You got to show people the scars, man. The scars and the scar tissue. You got to show them.
I don't know. The worst one after going on a date. Early morning, obviously not going out to the club, doesn't involve alcohol. Got breakfast, went to the gym.
Together?
Yeah, together.
Damn, how long did you know for?
Well, we were going to breakfast and then we were going to the gym after.
Okay, but
anyways,
how long?
This is the date. Okay, this is like the date.
Okay,
essentially. So then met her for breakfast, went to the gym with her, and then afterward we saw a movie. Okay, everything was great. She was asking me, hey, like, can you text me tomorrow, call me tomorrow? I'd love to see you again, blah, blah, blah. Okay, awesome. So in my head, I'm like, well, we spent the whole day together. You wanted to go see the movie at the end of it, so clearly you wanted to spend more time. And then the following day, I woke up, called her, nothing. I was like, okay, whatever, she's busy. A couple days go by, nothing. I'm like, oh, that's so weird, right? I'm like, thought she wanted me to call her. Send her a text, hey, you know what, just catching up, seeing if everything's good. Same thing, no response. And then my buddy gets DM'd by her, and she was like, oh, like, let's definitely go out again.
Oh.
Yeah, let's definitely go out again the next day.
Oh.
And he was like, is this the one that you went on, like, your date with? And I was like, yeah. And so that was a fun little conversation.
You got chopped and screwed, though, right?
Yeah.
But have you ever had this, since you use dating apps, have you ever had this scenario whereby you match with a girl on one dating app and then you see her on another dating app and you're like, should I really take this chance? Is this really legit? Or is this girl just, playing both sides?
Oh, definitely. Like if you have one dating app, you're getting one group of people, and like every app has a different purpose. You know what I mean? Like Tinder's considered for the hookups and the pain. Hinge is considered one of the ones that more people are willing to go on because it's a little bit more effort. And Bumble is if you want some solid friends.
Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, for me, I had a nightmarish, hellish dating experience. I met this girl through a homegirl of mine. We went to the club, we chopped it up. Things was okay. She started calling herself my girlfriend, but I knew it was all hogwash. So, I took her out for a treat, bought some drinks, bought some food. We chopped it up. We had a good time. I called her the next day, and guess what she said? Who are you? I was like, oh, whoa. I was like, hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some kush up in it. I proceeded to write a text message full of expletives, which I call poetry. It was very poetic. It was a poetry, expletive, laced text message, and then I blocked her. But like I said, when you're dealing with this Calgary Decepticons, this is what tends to happen. Women here are very deceptive. It looks great in the movies, like, oh, you watch all these romantic movies, it's like everything looks hanky-dandy, but in the real world, people are getting bruised. People are bleeding. People are left stranded on the streets, folks. It's wild. The dating scene is like the drug scene. You gotta sleep with one eye open, man. You can't trust these broads, man. They're rough and they're cold just as pimps in Atlanta, right? You gotta be woke to this shit. I'm just trying to help you brothers out there because I see a lot of people suffering. I see a lot of men crying, and it breaks my heart to see well-intentioned brothers get rock bottomed and stone cold stunned by these Calgary Decepticons. What do you think about the term Decepticon?
I agree with the statement.
The statement is, it comes from Transformers, like,
yeah, I get it.
Decepticon, deceive,
I
Decepticon. Just in case you think I'm losing and I'm coming up, but shit don't make no sense. Decepticon, deceive, Decepticon. That's right, because they're the bad Transformers, the good ones. What are the good ones called again?
Transformers?
No, there's the good ones. There's the Transformers, there's the Decepticons, and the other one.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Yeah, okay, I forgot.
I can't remember.
I got brain fog. Right? Okay, man. Okay, fine. Let's just proceed to the next question. This is a very eye-opening podcast where we try to give you real life from a real person's experience, real people living real life, giving it to you in real time, in real HD. That's what we're all about here. But so, moving to the next question before I go off tangent. I'm doing a lot of ad work, so back to business, what I'm paid to do. If you could change one thing about the mindset of singles in Calgary, what would it be?
Change the mindset is like not to go into everything thinking that they're going to screw you over. That is definitely something that, puts
on whose part?
Both people.
Okay.
Doesn't matter who it is, guy, girl, doesn't matter. Going into it thinking that you're going to be screwed over means that your wall goes up, means that you already have a backup plan, means that you're ready to essentially escape, if you want to call it that.
Escape artist, right?
Yeah.
1 foot in, 1 foot out, right?
Exactly, right? So changing the mindset, saying like, instead of having someone say, I'm going into it, I wonder how he's going to screw me over, or going into it being like, I wonder how many men she's sleeping with, blah, blah, blah. Whether it's true or not, whether your assumption is correct, if you go into it, you're going to miss someone who's awesome. You're going to miss someone who like really matches with you because you know that, again, that circle, right? You've had enough people hurt you, and then now you're hurting other people because you're putting your walls up. You're making sure that you have the out route, and you don't want to be doing that. You know what I mean?
True.
Like if I could change anything, it'd be the idea behind, you put effort in, don't blow up over little comments, little things, right? The whole problem is like, you're basically trying to sell yourself on a date, like you're trying to say like, oh, I'm great in this way, or, I'm working on this, blah, 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 right? It's like a job interview. You're trying to essentially sell yourself in the relationship, right? Both people, both guy and girl, right? At the end of the day, you want to have, instead of trying to sell yourself, you're just trying to connect.
You're cooking.
Yeah, like you don't sell yourself, connect with someone, and a lot of people don't do that, right? A lot of people are like, hey, you know what? Hook up with them, use them for money, play them because they played my friend. You know what I mean? It's always the incorrect goal going into something. And you always have your backup. You always know why you're leaving. You know when you're going to leave. You know how you're going to leave. And that really puts a lot of strain on the whole dating game, right? Like no one wants to date here. And that relates back to other questions everyone wants to be friends with benefits, because if they don't say they're in a relationship, they can't say that they're dating them. They can't say that they're loyal to them, right?
So you're telling me basically if they're friends with benefits, even if it goes south, if you get hurt, there was never a relationship in the first place.
Exactly. You just say, oh, they were just my friend. We just hooked up sometimes, right?
So it's like a trauma response.
Exactly, right? And like enough people get hurt that enough people want to hurt or have to hurt other people so that they aren't. And it just weeds out all the good people, Someone, puts in effort to go hang out and nothing happens in the day, right? Like nothing wrong happens, nothing bad, whatever. And then they're boring. You know what I mean? Or, they show their true self. Oh, they showed too much of themselves, or they tried too hard. There's really no even, you know what I mean? Like we don't have build a bitch. Like you can't, you know what I mean? Like
you can't go on what you call on Photoshop and build a bitch.
You can't build a guy. You can't build a girl. So it's like everyone wants like this idea of perfect, but there is no idea of perfect.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Dating is literally just seeing if someone's good outweighs their bad. That's all dating is.
Wow, this guy is deep, man. This guy is cooking. You left me speechless, man. For a man of 27 years, you seem to have a lot of life experience. You're very knowledgeable and wise. You pulled the rug under my feet, more to say. I would say, one thing I would change, I'd say Calgary Decepticons, be honest. If you know you're not feeling a guy, if you know you don't like a guy, if you don't think he's worth your time, just tell him. Don't lead him on. Don't give him false hope. But I know these Calgary Decepticons are not going to do that because it is in their best interests to lie to men so they can extract resources and stuff out of them and then leave them high and dry once they're done with them. But as they say, there's a proverb says, honesty is the best policy. If you're not feeling a guy, just say, hey, you got a boyfriend. That will save him a lot of time, will save him a lot of heartache, and will save him his money. I know it's not going to change anything, but that's just my 2 cents on the issue. So let me ask you, not just to add on top of what you said. So why do you think like sugar daddies and bad boys succeed in the dating scene in Calgary as opposed to good guys who they go to work and hold everything down and they stay away from trouble? Why is this the case?
I think it's because sugar daddies are literally paying for everything.
Okay.
Like, come on, if you had the opportunity for someone to pay for everything and more, you'd probably take it. You know what I mean? We live in a pretty expensive city.
Yeah, a very expensive country.
Yeah, isn't that for sure? And then the whole like bad boy scene, like again, everyone has a type, but I guess more considered to be the bad boys because like there's always adventure. There's always something that like a girl can't assume is going to happen, can't see in the future. So like a bad boy per se is more like you don't know what they're going to do. You're along for the ride. You can't tell what the future is going to hold. And that's adventure. You know what I mean? Like that's things that like they don't uncover, and the whole good guy, I guess, quote unquote, is that that they're going to work hard. They know what their life is going to look like. And same thing with guys, right? If they know that like if a girl's in school, they're doing this, they know what they're going to do in 5 years. They know what they're going to do in 10 years. That's considered boring. Right? You know what your life is going to look like. And no one wants to know what the future is. The future is supposed to hold the unknown.
True,
right?
But let me flip the question on you again. So why is that men don't like toxic girls, but girls like toxic men?
Oh, geez. Couldn't answer that one.
You can answer that one, right? Yeah,
I get that. Yeah.
Because when guys see toxic girls, they're like, yeah, no, might smash and stuff, but it's not going to go further than that.
For sure. No, I get that. I definitely don't have an answer for that. Girls just, and even my friends are just like, oh, I don't like that guy because I know what our life is going to look like in 5 years. You're telling me you don't like the fact that, like he's all about you and that he cares and he's super sweet and he goes to work and he's like providing for you and you don't like that? No, they go for the guy that,
treats them like crap. And then when that bad boy knocks them up and damages them, then they want the good guy, right?
Definitely. Yes. And the good guy's so good that he's just like, okay, sure, I'll help out.
Yeah. So that's just... Yeah. So basically, they go have kids with losers and expect the winners to raise them, right? Yeah. I feel the reason why women date bad boys is because bad boys bring like enthusiasm. Because a lot of bad boys don't really chase after women. They make the women work for them, right? Yeah. A lot of simps, the problem with good guys, a lot of them, they try too much to please a woman. So when a woman sees that you're trying too hard to please her, she knows she has you in a corner. But these bad boys have an air of mystery. They get lots of girls. They have that physicality aspect of them. They're violent, they can defend themselves, and they make women work for their attention, right?
Yeah.
They make the woman chase after them. So women like that fact that, oh, I'm a baddie. Why does this guy want me? So now he flips the script on her and she has to chase after him. And that's what women like. And plus, the women don't like, I've realized that women just don't like routine. So these bad boys always a fight and they fuck afterwards.
Exactly. That's exactly
then they go to the lake and the next thing, she goes on his phone, she finds he's been fucking her best friend.
Yeah. Exactly, right?
Like women like that because women are emotional. So they need that emotional stimulation to keep them in balance. They're not like us men.
They don't want to know what the future holds. And obviously bad boys, again, quote unquote, you don't know what they're going to do. You don't know what their life is. So like you're along for the ride because it's adventure. Okay,
man. Okay. This is the last question of the deep dive, folks. We've been doing good. We've been working hard. We've been chopping on Mr. Jared. So the last question on the deep dive for today. Are you ready for it?
Go for it.
Drum roll. Okay. Have you ever considered moving to a different city just because the dating scene here is so frustrating?
I don't think I was in a position to move to a different city just for dating. If I was, a little bit older, I definitely would. 5, 6, 7, 8 years older, I definitely would. But as of right now, I don't think I would consider. That's only one aspect of, living in a city that's tough enough. So specifically for dating, yes, I do believe that I would move at some point to see, you know, better quality, better relationships, more effort, less using, abusing, things like that.
Okay.
But it definitely is a big priority because everyone wants to, you know, have a relationship, or most people do at least.
Most people do. Yeah.
You know, most people do want to have like that loving relationship, loving, you know, family and things like that. You know, no hate against the people that don't. That's, you know, your choice. You know, be happy the way you want to be. But most people do want a family. So moving forward, it's like I really wouldn't want a family with most people in Calgary.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got
used goods.
yeah.
Used Decepticons, right?
Most people already have families here.
Okay.
Whether they want it or not.
Like what you call on-the-job accidents, right? Work-related accident.
Exactly, right?
Okay.
Looking for a real daddy. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, no. Generally, I would move to a different city to see if, you know, dating is better. But again, right? You only know what you know if you only live here, right?
Okay. I would say I would move to a different city, to a different country, to be honest, because you know what? I like me some big booty Latinas. I'd move to Colombia, folks. Because a Latina woman, in my opinion, is a mix of a black woman and a white woman together. So a Latina woman is basically a woman with a white woman's complexion and a black woman's body and her temper. When they come together, something magical happens. If I just go to Colombia with $1,000, boy, oh boy, I'm taking over. I'm pimping. I'm going to be the Hugh Hefner of that city. So yes, that is my take on that. So, okay, we're done with the deep dive. We're going to move to the wise quote. We're going to ask this gentleman what this quote means and how it relates to his life. Are you ready, sir?
Yep.
Okay, the mouth is the origin of disasters. Japanese proverb.
Yeah, totally agree. I've definitely it relates really well to me. My mouth has definitely gotten me into some trouble.
Okay.
For sure. I agree that it can either, you know, cause pain or it can, you know, create happiness. So unfortunately, it depends on the day or the experience that you have in your own life to kind of gear your mouth in one direction.
True that. So basically, for me, what it means is if you talk shit, you get hit. The power of life and death is on the tongue. So if you speak negative, you attract negative energy. If you speak positive energy, you attract positive energy. But anyway, folks, here we're about to end the show. Like I said, on this show, we don't pay people. We give them free promo. So this is a part whereby you can promote yourself. If someone wants you on the podcast, or wants you on a dating show, wants to do any media stuff with you, this is the part whereby you sell yourself. So what is your Instagram and social media handles for the folks?
Yeah, Instagram is JARED_Parsons6.
Okay, that's all you, no Twitter, no Snapchat, no OnlyFans?
No,
nothing?
not yet.
The economy hasn't hit that rock bottom level.
Oh,
yet.
man.
Okay.
Canada's pushing it.
It's like, pushing it, man. It's getting there, man.
Day by day, you're like,
Especially with the Iran war, man. Who knows what's going to happen with the oil prices? But anyway, folks.
$1.90 for gas.
$1.90 for gas. Might as well start going on a date at a gas station, right? That's the most expensive place to take home for a date. Okay, hope he doesn't get to that. Okay, folks, thank you. My name is The Kid Low Key, and I am on Instagram as the Grand Finale Podcast. If you want to be on my show, please hit me up on the Grand Finale Podcast on Instagram. I'm looking for people to be on my show. I need your craziness. If you can talk crazy stuff, you can give me a good story, and you can rile up the followers and rev up the audience. I need that. Anyway, folks, we're done with the show. Thank you, and see you next time. Goodbye.